Aaron, address the stance in the iktai. And speak up so we can all hear you, Aaron.
Oh, I just said that he was really far back, and if he was comfortable, that was fine, but there's a bar back here that I didn't want him to hit his back on. And to relax his shoulders, because that's where you hold a lot of your tension.
Good. Do you notice that when you play your saxophone?
Yeah.
Okay. And you notice that when you play the flute? Okay. Okay. So you're not doing anything wrong, but they're still kind of waking up a little bit. What do you think they need more from you to come in confidently on that first note?
Probably a clear ictus.
Yes.
More.
And before that,
Better breath.
a deeper breath. Okay? Now you did something, I don't know if you guys noticed, it was really subtle. I don't even know if you noticed what you did, but you exhaled to relieve the tension. That was brilliant. Dr. S teach you to do that? Yeah. That's a great technique to do before you conduct. That's a really beautiful technique. Thanks for doing that. Okay? Continue. So let me stop you, just so that this goes better immediately, because you're not liking what you're hearing, but you're not sure what to do.
Yeah.
Right? We're missing a horn. We're missing Austin. He was sick. He was the third person. So let me just start. See after with me. Okay. Now, play what you see. Here's the beginning. What you were doing was not wrong. Bring your playing up now. So instead of playing like this, play more like this. It's a different philosophy. Okay? I totally understand, but I want you to play like this. Okay? Thank you. That to me sounds like it's not energized. Okay? And again. So what I'm doing is not conducting piano. I'm conducting more of a mezzo forte. And now what they're doing is they're using more air, and my impulsive will now is stronger than theirs. I'm still not really liking it, that's why I'm asking for more. And again. So here's the point. Notebook? Here's the point. Never let the dynamic take the precedent over tone. I would much rather hear a group play with a really great tone and play a little bit too strong than to be working at a dynamic that they're not going to achieve for whatever reason, and there's a lot of reasons that they may not achieve it, at the expense of tone. Tone is always and forever shall be the most important part of everybody's playing, their personal musical integrity. Okay? So what we want to do in our conducting is always try to elicit the very best possible tone from the players. Okay? Thank you. Good. Okay, as we approach upbeat to one, and one, so beat 4, show a little bit more of a gesture syncopation. Also, your hands tend to be together rather than the tips being together. Okay, I chose that baton for you because it's long, and it fits you really well. Not just the size of your hand, but your body, all right? So all you need to do is bring your right hand back a little bit more, okay? And then try to have the fingertips be more active. As you conduct, listen. You're thinking so much. We can see the wheels turning. You're thinking a lot, okay? So think less and listen more. And by the way, I have to say, the sheets, especially that I gave back today, the conducting sheets, your self-evaluations, guys, are so good. They're so good. They're detailed. They're thoughtful. It's really, really good. So thank you for that, okay? Let's try it one more time from the beginning. When we get to the upbeat to 1, right, really energize that upbeat. Try to respond more to what you hear.
Yeah.
Not just to the things you don't like, but to the things that you like. One more minute.
Let your own personalities take over more than thinking about everything. I think that would be easier.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, now for release, maybe travel into the release and then just show a bit of a downbeat. Now, had we had a euphonium and a horn here, your orchestration would probably be working more like what you would want. Right now, it's not working. So here's a really good moment to think about, everybody. If we have people sick, which we do today, we have 3 people out, you may have to change your orchestration because it's not quite working. Caleb's having a heck of a time. He's fishing for notes back here.
Yeah.
You don't know. He doesn't know what's on his bowl.
It's,
You know.
it's too early in the morning for transposition.
Yeah. Well, that's a bad excuse, but it's
I know.
you know. But anyway, you may need to. I'd have Rachel play the bass. I'd have her really play. In these kinds of things, just go with the flow. When you teach public school, you never know who's going to show up. I mean, you went to T.C. Robertson, right? It's like, well, you had a great program. What I like about you is you're so open, and you just take everything. It's like, okay, give me more. I don't need my score. Okay, whatever. Yeah, give me more. That's great. That's a great attitude to have, and that earns you, again, the respect of your colleagues, which is great. All right, comments, please.
Yes.
I like how 2 runs before this, you
Rebecca,
saw
you're
that
on
we
deck.
weren't ready, so you put your arms down so that we wouldn't create tension in us. And I saw that process in your eyes. And I really like that you did that. But I also like in that run how you made eye contact with me and smiled, and it showed that you were just kind of like having fun with it, which is kind of why we do this. So that's the important thing. I think that you should try and make yourself bigger and hold your arms out a little bit more so that you invite us into your space. Because it'll help us interact with you and you interact with us and we'll form an ensemble.
Yes, Kat.
I like what she said, and also you did it. Sometimes you would get bigger with your arms, like I think it was like the 3rd measure or the 2nd measure, that last time, and you would like get intense about it, and it was like wow. So it's getting there.
Yes,
I like how genuine your facial expressions were. Like when you did something you really liked, you could tell your whole face lit up. And that was really nice. It's like I had to focus on my embouchure because I wanted to smile because you were smiling. It was really nice. You had really good facial expressions.
You were showing a crescendo in that chromatic lead up, and we weren't really doing it, but instead of just keeping going, you nodded, and we're like, oh yeah, he does want that, and we all.
Yes.
You tend to sway,
I do.
and it comes from your
How often do you practice your flute and your saxophone in front of a mirror standing?
Usually when I practice.
Do you move a lot? Do you sway a lot as you practice, as you play?
I tend to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do your teachers say about that?
I haven't really gotten any comments about it.
Do you, when you have a lesson, are you standing or sitting?
Standing.
Okay. And do you kind of play the same way that you do as you play, as you practice?
Yeah.
Okay. So there might be some motions as you play your flute that won't detract from you playing the flute. There might be some motions that you might transfer to the podium that will detract.
Okay.
So those are the motions that we'll point out to you, and we'll try to help you to refine those. One last comment for you: don't be afraid to respond negatively. It seems like you're very careful to not offend. You're not going to offend.
Right.
That's part of what we need to do in here, is to respond to what we really like and dislike. We're not going to hurt anybody's feelings. It's not going to happen. And I don't think you have it in you to hurt anybody's feelings. So don't worry about that. Okay? Nice job. Rebecca, what are we doing?